Hey everyone, Julian Caponia here, the world's most patrician, and I'm here with another album review of Hot Tea's LP No.2. Hot Tea is a alternative, sort of emo rock band hailing from Toronto, and this is their second album effort they put out. Their first album came out in 2014, Pulled Apart, and I enjoyed that album. There are some weak points in the album that distracted away from what they should have focused on, but overall it was a good listen. I had fun with it. Now it got me excited for new material from Hot Tea. For their second album, I was hoping Hot Tea would show a more focused and concise, straightforward approach to their songwriting, which was shown a handful of times on their first album, Pulled Apart. But unfortunately, some gimmicks and strange ideas got in the way of that.
I have done my research.
LP No.2 starts off with the first track, Still the Same, and it's not that big of an opener as EGAD was on Pulled Apart, but it was still enjoyable. It features some twangy guitar riffs, which are prominent throughout this album, had good use of harmonies, and they inserted some one or two pregnant pauses which make you think the song may be over or your headphones disconnected, which was a cool idea. It didn't take away too much from the song because it established more of a chill vibe, and the fuzzy guitar solo just adds to that vibe. And it's a pretty mellow track. The second track, Fuck the Weekend, features the band's alternate singer, which does a pretty good job on his song too. The song maintains that summery vibe that was established by Still the Same and features a catchy chorus where the singer goes fuck the weekend, which reminded me of Talking Heads' Psycho Killer, which was you'll notice references here and there throughout the album. The band definitely wears their influences on their sleeve, and we'll get into that much more later in the review. But Fuck the Weekend, great song, great lead up to Still the Same. Not punchy, not a great, awesome song, but a very enjoyable song. And like the Talking Heads reference, the song also features a lyrical reference to Refuse's New Noise. You know, we don't dance to the right music, we don't dance to the right songs. Very, very clever use of the lyric. And for listeners who know the reference, it's a good little tidbit. Like I said many times, this song maintains this summery vibe, and that's what this album is striving for. It just feels like an album you want to listen to. You're sitting on your porch, drinking a lemonade, maybe mixed with alcohol. But man, it's just like you're chilling with friends, and his music is so complimentary to that mood.
Hillary is weak and ineffective. She created ISIS with her stupid policies.
The third track, Keep Easy, is one of the strongest songs on the album. This one and maybe the last song. There's about three really strong songs on this album. It starts off with this grooving bass line with an unannounced feature that doesn't overstay their welcome, but just sets up the mood so well. I think it's like Spanish wording or vocabulary being used here, but man, really good. Has a very heavy chorus, which is a great juxtaposition with the smooth verses and bridges, which makes it a really good rock song. Unfortunately, right when the album's starting to ramp up and get really good and interesting, there's like a trio of tracks that come up that are not their greatest. Not in terms of gimmicks or distractions, but in terms of songwriting. It just feels like the band's songwriting took a hit in these three songs, and for some reason the band decided to put these three songs back to back to back, which was sort of disappointing, but fortunately the ending of the album makes up for it. These three songs, Don't Text Her, She Was a Girl, and Charlie, all fit this same theme about a relationship with a girl or numerous girls, and on Charlie, maybe not even a girl, maybe a guy. We like guys. No, we don't. Anyways, these songs are the weak point in the album, but fortunately, the only weak point on the album. The seventh track on this album, which takes the album from its rut, is I Might Be an Asshole, which great instrumentation from every instrument. They all come together nicely. There's a Rivers Cuomo type rage and ferocity coming from the singer. Just a really great song, a grower. Maybe the first listen, it might not click with you. This is the first song in the album which features both singers on the same track harmonizing with each other. And I gotta say, I love that. I feel this should be done more often throughout the album. And the songs that I really love on this album have both singers singing and complimenting each other, which is very good and nice. Oh man. Track also features a harmonica solo near the end of this song with both singers yelling incoherent things which you could sort of make out, not make out. And it just adds to that chilling, laid back vibe that the album has been setting up this whole time. You know? This whole time. It's been setting up a summery vibe. The song ends on a fade out, which doesn't lead to the next song, which I found disappointing. You know, with my hate of fade outs, I only like fade outs when they fade in to something. So that was unfortunate, but definitely doesn't take away from the song at all. All right, here we go. Track 8, Well Met. Great song. Great song. Love it. There's a lot of changing movements in this song, and the refrain on the singer in the bridge is so catchy and enticing. Your faces make me feel familiar. Oh man, I just want to yell it in the shower all the time. All the time. I feel like I'm drinking a bullshit mixed drink with palm trees around me. I'm just like kicking coconuts on the beach. That's why I feel this song is evoking to me. Alright? Next two tracks is a sort of interlude breathing space, which is great because it sets up for a very strong finale. And these two tracks are very smooth and don't distract you away from the music. It's sort of, you still want to listen to it, but grab your friends and get ready for the fireworks show because, man, this finale hits you. The trio of tracks which end this album starts off with Undesirable. That starts off with a manic laugh, something like Gorillaz on Feel Good Inc. Another reference. Their Weezer influence definitely comes to the forefront on this song. You get hints of it throughout the other songs previously, but it really shows up over here. Just that Pinkerton feel, but also this summery shine to it. That's where they get that emo side of it from. Definitely feels like I'm listening to Only in Dreams, to be honest, which is not a bad thing at all because they take their own spin on it, and it's a very, very good song to listen to. The second last track, What We Wish We Were, What We Wish We Were, What We Wish We Were. Very psychedelic riffs coming from the guitar here. And there's an xylophone outro, which gave me a Stooges vibe. You know, I Want to Be Your Dog. Just good feature of another instrument like the harmonica. Complements the mood, the setting, and the psychedelic fuzziness from the guitar. This song ends on a beautiful transition into the last song, Who You Really Are. And it's a great transition. Gets the song off running right away. The song also has this very familiar riff. Feels like something out of the Colbert Report or the Daily Show, maybe the Red Green Show. I don't know. This riff sounds very familiar to me. I still haven't put my tongue on what it is yet, but it has that like friendly, joyful, coming out and greeting the crowd feel, which is pretty good. Overall, this album gives off a sunshine rock, summery vibe, which is great, which is a great direction the band is going to, and I feel is their strong suit. Unfortunately, there was a couple songs just short after the beginning which didn't fit that criteria, and made the album feel flat, but picked up after that and made it for a strong finish. I'd like to see the singers harmonize on more tracks and have more fun wordplay with each other. There's a couple of songs I think on the last album that did that, but it didn't really show up here except for a few outros here and there. But aside from that, a very strong and focused, cohesive album. Make for a great listen. I'm feeling a strong 7 on this one. The T is definitely staying hot.
But what did you think? Did you love it? Did you hate it? What would you rate it? Drew and Caponia here. Hot Tea. LP number 2. Stay curious.
Got the nasty in my taxi. You need a lift? You can sit between the backseat and my dick.